yes, I drew on the line.
Nice.
Couldn't have done much better than that.
I drew the line.
Hey, dog.
Get in, get in, get in. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Golf life. What's the only life I know.
This is the 4-hole challenge, and we are down at the beautiful Rutland Water Golf Club, and I've got to say it's incredible.
Have a look at that lake. That is an absolute
Look at that
beach.
lake.
It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing.
But not as incredible as the man we've been joined by, the legend that is Tom Davis. Come on.
I'm genuinely at the moment, nerves are unreal. Like, I thought my first gig doing stand-up was, this is like genuinely, I feel like I'm about to go on stage. My heart's racing. I've hit a million balls before, not a million, but this is a bit like, I can imagine if you're a porn star, you've had sex loads. And this is the first time you're doing it on camera. And you just hoping everything works.
How long can you go?
Right, so what we're going to do today is you're going to get a shot on every hole.
Yeah.
4 holes. Big Ange versus you versus me.
There you go.
Happy days.
Right. Who's hitting first?
Do you fancy it or?
Yeah.
No, I think Tubes goes first.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, go then, bro.
Good luck, porn star.
Cool.
Good luck, Andy. Hey! Come on.
Oh, Zinger Tower.
There we go. It's a bit of height. It's coming down.
Sit down. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
My God.
Love that. Here we go.
Aye. I'm going to take that
Tell you
again.
what?
I'll actually do, actually.
That is worked
It's a low one.
Marvellous.
I'll actually take that.
What
It's a low one.
You know what? You know when people go, that's all right, and you go, yeah, it's kind of what I meant. That's what I was after.
Oh, Shearer. That could be Jack Bunkland.
Stop.
Oh,
Stop.
oh, it's in. And in. Unlucky. What a strike, though. Why did you get into golf in the first place? Because you've been absolutely hammering it. I'd love to see it.
I love it, man. I did a show with Jamie and Harry Redknapp, and during lockdown we did like one that we did sort of virtually on Zoom and stuff. And the first person we had was McIlroy.
Legend.
And I just like way him, Harry and Jamie were chatting about golf, and then when JT came on, John came on as well. The way they were all talking about it, I thought, yeah, this could be, it sounds, do you know what I mean? Just something that's gonna, you can just get into and enjoy. And then Jamie was just like, really pushed, like, sorted me out with Titleist, got me some clubs. And I sort of figured in a way, I've tried most things and been awful at them. Yeah, sport-wise, my sporting endeavours have never been particularly amazing, so I thought, I'm not going to be any worse at this than I am at football, snooker, or anything else, ice hockey, anything else I've ever tried. And but I've automatically fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Like nothing. Like I'd say it's like akin to the first day that I stood on stage and did stand-up from when I was on a building site. The first time that I came out and just did this, I just thought, wow, it's a great way of hanging out with your mates. It's a great way of just getting a bit of competition in your life when you're sort of over 40. And it's it's something you can. You only need 1 or 2 things to go right for a day, right? Yeah. And then you go, oh, actually, I might be getting the hang of saying here.
It's when you hit a good shot, it's a complete buzz, isn't it?
I mean, I hope today I hit one. I mean, to be fair, I'm there.
Look, that is a perfect position.
It is. I mean, it could be if we didn't have tractors on. What I insist upon, is all the people from my farm.
Yeah.
I like to turn it into crazy golf, and I take over a golf course for a day, and I put obstacles. And the next one, there's like an armed robbery going on.
Chuck a John Deere in there, you laugh.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Literally, like, it couldn't have worked out any better, could it?
Yeah.
Because this is the worst thing about golf as well, is the longer you've got to stand here.
Oh, the more you think.
Yeah,
the worse it is.
Yeah. Just go up.
I've gone 4 or 5 different clubs that I might hit this with.
Oh, so here he goes.
Get out of the bunker. Get out of the bunker.
Oh,
it's danced around it.
Oh, lovely.
Yes, local knowledge.
Like John Virgo.
There we go.
That tractor might be getting it here. I always go right with these.
Nothing like a bit of positive mental attitude. Sound like me.
That would be awful.
Yes!
Look
Come
at
on.
that.
Turning, you swine.
Look, I'm holding it.
Settle down.
Oh!
It's taking a lot. How do
Oh! Just
Yeah,
on the edge
not
of the
bad.
bar of the dance floor.
that? Not bad.
Yes. Oh, you absolute
Get up.
beauty.
That's beautiful.
Oh my God.
Get up.
Oh, get up on the floor.
Oh,
Oh my God.
that's a lovely bit of
That's
stuff.
an all right
Jesus.
sound, isn't it? How did it all begin? Your comic journey. Is it something you always wanted to get into from an early age, or?
I always
through it.
loved stand-up.
Yeah.
And like was something I just, as a kid growing up, sort of all the old school stand-ups. But I was working scaffolding and labouring, working in a building game, and what we did like a work night out, and I saw Mickey Flanagan at the Backyard Club, and it just blew my mind. I just was like, I went away just thinking, just everything he talked. It was the first time like I'd seen someone be so funny talking about things that I knew about, a world that I knew about.
Yeah.
And I just sort of from there was just like, you know what, like I'm gonna give this a try. And I booked myself 4 or 5 different open spots and went along and just cracked on, just really sort of threw myself into it. Like when I look back, I think I've done what I've been sort of aimlessly just living, you know, working on sites, and I loved that. I loved the you know, the chaps and all that, but I just had no real. I just thought for me, I wasn't very good at it. I was a labourer still. I was like hitting 30, and I thought I need to do something more with my life really, and I'd always just been an idiot, and I'd always had a laugh, and that had been saying that I sort of that self-derogatory way of talking about myself, and that's all I did. So when I first got on stage, it was just like, wow, this is what I've been looking for. I left school with nothing. I had no GCSEs, I had no, you know, dyslexic, ADHD. I sort of like, I needed a sort of a sense of purpose, and stand-up gave me that. But yeah, man, it was just, and then you just sort of, I think, you just enjoy the ride because you really got nothing to lose. When you come from a background where I think everyone's always thought, that's what I feel with golf, right? When you come out here, no one's expecting me to spank it all that far, or you know. So every little result's a result, right? So when you get out here, and I think that's the one thing I think that I'd say about golf, that when I first started, I think there's this real idea of like, God, I don't want to be bad. I don't want to be. Everyone's going to be bad at anything you first start out. But the actual sort of feeling of doing something where you can
Progressing.
you go, I can feel myself getting better at something, and you know, is amazing. And stand up, that was that. I just thought, like, why not just try something? And I remember all my pals, I got a real ribbing from the geezers I grew up with, and they were like, you know, what if you fail? And I thought, well, I'm a big fat failure anyway, really. No. At the time, I looked at myself, I thought, I haven't really got anything to lose. I was single. I didn't, you know, I just didn't have anything. So I thought, I haven't really got. It's just gonna. If it fails, I've just got something else for people to laugh at. And if it succeeds, they're going to laugh at me anyway. Hopefully.
But you said you were a scaffolder, but before, didn't you? I heard an amazing story about selling T-shirts.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I used to sell T-shirts at festivals. That was like. I always tried to make a pound note, and I was always sort of trying to have a different way of like.
Bit like the dealery.
Yeah. So we did. So I did selling T-shirts. We sold all at festivals. We had one specific T-shirt where it's the C word on it, and that was our big sort of fashion one. And there was like tribal wars in the end because everyone sort of had those.
You can't really copyright that, can you?
No. But we had those. We sold them at Glastonbury and everything, and so it ended up travelling all around sort of the UK to every big festival. And oh man, it was a hell of a time. It was like one of the best. I did it for 3 years, 3 summers of like Bella Kazim and like amazing festivals. If I'm honest with you, it was sort of just an excuse to go and actually have a buzz and have a party. And hopefully earn a couple of quid along the way. But
That's a T-shirt.
mate, it was an insane thing. Like I remember the first time I was ever on television. This BBC News came to interview like people sort of, you know, it was like, I don't know, some posh woman. She was like, and Bedlam has taken over this town as a festival comes in, and she's walking through and she's like, and you're selling T-shirts and merchandise, and she's chatting to me, and everyone behind me is walking around with written across their phone. All the stalls just marked out with there's baseball catch No, she clocked it about halfway through and she's going like that. And the cameraman is in pieces. Yeah.
Back to you in the studio, quickly.
Oh, I've made a right.
Hello. Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Golf life.
What's
The only life I know.
Shots.
Go on.
Shots. Come on, keep
Woo.
Oh,
Ah,
man.
you fucker,
Come
smashed that.
Come round.
Oh well,
Oh, it's all right though.
for that hole,
So what's that? That's for. Is that for?
that's 5 here. So this would
for
be for
5.
me for par here, yeah.
This is for birdie.
This
Big
is for
hand.
bird.
Go on, Ange.
Oh no, he's left it short.
Give
There
it a
he
go.
goes.
He's giving it a go.
Oh, he's in for the par.
Here we go. Look,
Come on.
This is my
Near
little
Big
par,
par.
Tom
wherever
needs
you are.
to draw the hole. And he's done it. Yes, he's in. So we all got a par. And that's
Cheers,
That
chaps.
give me, is it?
Yeah, that's
All
a
the
gimme.
best.
You're
Okay.
out, and we're away.
I'll tap it in, but
And
give me
we're
anyway.
away, all square after one. Right, here we go. A lovely par 3. About 100, what is it, and 23 yards.
It's 125 yards, including the slope, with the wind is slightly behind. That's a steady swing, and it's on it.
Is it on it? But it's a bit far, isn't it?
Stop, stop, stop. Oh,
Oh,
it's
it's
over the
well.
back. Well, it's better than being in the water.
Yeah, but happy days. Oh, it's right on it.
Sit down.
That's right on
Sit
it.
down. Oh, over the back as well.
In the back as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Join you.
cheeky.
Probably love.
What are you going for?
I've gone an 8.
8. Nice steady swing. Oh, that's. Do you know what? That's made it
safe.
over. That's made it over
On the back slope.
on the back slope. Take that, mate. You're in it well. Go on, the Tom. We're just letting a couple of members roll
Yeah.
through. Your first gig.
Yeah,
Can you remember it? And were you absolutely bricking it?
terrifying, man.
Not the first tee.
Yeah, it was- but you know, actually, I think the first tee is more terrifying. Like stand up, I think you're acclimatised to, like you can harness the nerves, right? And even now, you get a bit breathy, and you can sort of like, because I've come back to it now. I've been away for so long and like not gigged or, you know, even before lockdown, like I was acting and writing had sort of taken a precedent really, and like now, sort of going back to it, you sort of still feel that adrenaline, but it's kind of a rush. Like, you know, golf is like, for me, the beauty of it, but you have to like harness that in such a different way. Like stand up, you can go out. It's a bit like football or boxing, I guess. Stand up, you can go out and you can just let that adrenaline work for you, and you can go out big and you can let that and let everything settle.
Yeah.
Golf, you can't do that.
No.
Golf is like a state of zen, right?
Yeah.
You've got to like, everything's got to be relaxed. You've got to come through, and you've got to.
Yeah, if your head goes, the game's finished.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. But that first gig was just, yeah, it was. I think I went out for about 3 days after. I like genuinely like I'd won an Oscar. I did it in front of about 14 people in a pub above Camden, in Camden, and but I was like, yeah, like I was just sort of the elation and the adrenaline. I'd never spoken in front of people, you know, like sitting down, people in front. I'd never done that, you know. So to all of a sudden be there and feel that sort of to get a few laughs, and the first stuff I had was all about Crouchy, because Crouchy had just sort of burst through, you know, and he was doing the robot dance and all that, and I held the whole thing about, as a tall guy, Crouchy was leading the way. He was the guy sort of breaking barriers for tall people. Like, we've been ostracised and treated like ogres, and all of a sudden we're like, he was our sort of shining light, and
Fashionable.
and it sort of went well, and and it was just other little bits, and you sort of grow it from there really, and it's sort of, as mad as it sounds, oh my god, this guy is actually going to get his retriever's ball.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
that.
Could be going in.
Colour of it. Hang on,
He's probably a multi-millionaire.
That wasn't his ball either.
You know?
Yeah, white one.
Leaves here with his pockets full of balls.
Exactly, yeah.
The only place he's got any left.
How do you go about writing your stuff? Like with obviously the Crouchy with the tour, your tour, and stuff like that, but do you see something on the street and go,
yeah,
that?
and I think like more surreal stuff and in it stuff. I think it's always just trying to. The trouble I had was that when I first started, it was like Mickey was someone I watched, and someone called a guy Ricky Grover, and there was a lot of working class voices. Sort of, it was still quite. sort of, I suppose, that sort of middle class sort of vibe, but like, I love like Harry Hill when people are a bit more surreal, and like, so I sort of like Joe Brand was one of the first few people who sort of really reached out, but I didn't really care. I went out with my own little sort of copy. I wasn't trying to copy anyone but myself, and I sort of just said stuff that made me laugh. Yeah. And then I got sort of bit more sort of successful, and things started going a little bit better for me. And then my agent at the time was trying to get me to be more like McIntyre or sort of be a little bit more
sort of thing.
Yeah, trying to be a bit more mainstream, and that's never been me. It's not like, I mean, I've known you for a long time now, 10 years maybe. Like, I also 10 years. That's just Jamie Vince's mate. That'll do, a decade. But so I just sort of there felt really out of love with stand-up, because I was sort of being forced into sort of a way of doing it that I didn't really like and I didn't agree with, and I think you've got to be yourself and you've got to have your own voice. And that's sort of, now going back to it after all this time, it's sort of like now you just go, well actually and actually the podcast with Ramesh has been the thing.
That's like,
because you're sort of there, you're saying stuff to one of your best mates, and you can be as silly as you want.
Yeah, it's all natural. It just comes out however you want it to come out.
It's a bit like this.
It's very much like this. Because that's the beauty of what we're able to do, right? You know, like, if you'd said to me, as silly as it sounds, like, this is work, right, for all three of us right now, right? We're out, you put
so
2 hours playing golf, and mate, I'll tell you what.
You started well.
The times when sometimes I'm up hitting it, I think, actually, just give us a cut. I'll get back on the spanners. If I ain't turning, we ain't earning.
Love it. Brilliant.
Run out.
I was going to run more. I was wanting to get over that, to be fair. I didn't expect there to be obstacles.
I found the bunker.
Right.
Tom's buttering up the greenkeeper.
And this could possibly be one of the trickiest shots, because there's water there.
Also, the hollow tone in the greens, they're normally mint, but that's why there's lots of mounds around the outside.
Right, I'm going to listen to Andy Sullivan. Draw the line.
Have you drawn it? Oh, you're drawing it in your head?
Drawing it in me now. Yes, I drew on the line.
Nice.
Couldn't have done much better than that.
I drew the line.
Hey, dog! Oh, you rascal!
I draw the line.
That's nice.
Come on, Andy Sullivan, I love you.
Look at that.
Draw the line in your nut. Oh, he's drawn the line, but has he got the? He's. Oh!
I think it stayed out.
Did it stay out?
Yeah, stayed out.
Yes, you're good. You're good.
Andy Sullivan didn't teach me, did he?
Given this too much, you just got to really. Come on, roll down.
Come on.
Oh, that's slowed down.
Any other day, that's rolling.
Yeah.
Look at that. Just quickly, I need this. Just the steward is inquired quickly over here. Look at this. That's just seen the course of the ball off.
That was go. Would that have gone right in, yeah?
Look, Tubesy's cousin's here. That's what's made this even harder. He's got his family here. But every hole that we play, we've got all these hazards being put in the way.
Mickey hazards. Right. Come on. Get in.
You've been done as well, look. That's a beautiful, mate, that was beautiful. My G.
Yeah.
My G. My guy.
What a shot. Right, Tom.
In for 4.
Tom to draw the hole again. You're in for 4?
Yeah.
All right. This is for Tom's par.
Oh! That's a hard old green, that. That was a beautiful shot, man.
Thank you. Cheers.
Pat Noodle to go 1 up.
In.
Here we go.
Oh! Brother!
No, you can have that one.
So what's the score then?
I got a 4.
You got a 4?
So we're 1-1.
1-1 nil. Right, here we go. This is awesome. I love it. 499 yards.
Into the wind. Don't try and hit it too hard because it's into the wind.
Oh, what a shot.
Oh, you bastard.
Oh, you're finding your form today, big un.
Stay there.
That's all. Good shot.
It's rolled left edge.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
League practice.
Oh, Got away with it though.
Yeah.
Right, I've gone to the right. Big Un's gone to the left. Nice strike though. Come on, hit one straight down the bet.
Oh,
Oi!
that's the one.
That's faded round loads, isn't it?
Coming round. It's over with Pete.
Oh, you
Hello?
I mean, I've made it over, but what a effort. What a I might have to whiz back home and get a t-shirt.
Oh, that's a lovely shape.
Look at.
Oof.
I'm
lovely.
taking that.
That is lovely.
Oh,
Yeah, just right hand side of the fairway.
Beautiful, my boy.
where I wanted it. Shots.
Great shot.
Look at that.
I'll tell you what,
Oh, it's still
these old
going.
Stan Smiths are a bit slippy, though.
The wheels.
What slips out of it?
Yes. What a shot.
Not the best hit, but it's all right. Tom, we were talking about you back on the stand-up circuit again. Every stand-up's worst nightmare is getting absolute pelt, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the worst gig you've ever been involved with when you've got absolutely, or have you? Absolutely hammered?
Yeah, man, yeah, loads. Download Festival. I played, it's a heavy metal festival, you ever heard of it?
Yeah, I've been there, yeah.
So I played Download. I didn't know what Download for, even like this is before I was doing the festivals and selling the t-shirts. So I get booked to go and do Download Festival. I had no idea about the sort of crowd it would be and what sort of people. So I rock up, I'm all sort of like pair of Nike Air Maxes, shorts, little Ralph Lauren number, baseball cap. It's metalers, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like metalers
Heavy
as far,
metal as
like
well.
everyone, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Everyone dressed in black, long hair.
Yeah, Greasy Air Brigade.
Right,
And
Figures of 8.
so I get there and then they're like, all right, we're going to close the dance tent and we'll start the stand-up in a minute. I said, what, you're closing the dance tent to put on stand? Who wants to go to a festival? It doesn't matter what music you're into.
No, they're proper.
Yeah, a little bit of headbanging, mosh pit, and all of a sudden some kid gets on and goes, has anyone here got a dog? What's you doing with baked beans? And what you're into, you know what I mean? You're like, well, I'm up against Elo here, AC/DC, who wants to see this kid? So I'm like, all dressed like that. As soon as I get out there, they your first comedian, I come walking on stage, and the whole place just starts booing, right?
What, even before you said anything?
Yeah, they hated me.
Start.
They loathed me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Staring, shouting, right? And I'm like, so I started my material, and it's just deafening the boos, right? And I turned around to the geezer. I said, "How long have I got to do it?" He said, "Come off when the starts flying." With that, a bottle of just smashes me against the head. I'm covered in urine, right? I turn around.
Tom Davis, thanks very much.
Yeah, genuinely was like that. I come bowling off and I'm like, all done with cover. I'm like, what's the score we're getting paid? He said, we've only done about 2.5 minutes. He said, you only told 2, Joe. I said, well, it's pretty hard to tell. I literally, like, it was one of the lowest moments. I finished that. I get in a cab, the bloke turns around, like Brummy goes, f***ing hell, mate, we stink of I was doing stand-up and he went dressed like that. He was like, he knew what was going to, and I got back to my Holiday Inn and I just remember getting a massive KFC and just sitting there weeping, just crying in a bargain bucket. Like, just thinking this isn't for me. It's like, I don't think, like, the feeling of it, of dying on stage, it's a weird thing, right? Because to do anything good, you've got to go, it's like what we're doing now. And it's like I was saying to you boys, like, because of injury, I slightly had to change my swing, and it's like now I feel like going back from where I was to how well I was playing. Yeah. But to get better, I'm going to have to go through that. So you have to try stuff on stage, but when it doesn't go well, it's horrible, man. And also, like, when you die, you have a death stink about you. Like, you come walking off stage and everyone else knows you've died, and no one will look you in the eye, and you sort of come back and you're packing up. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
No.
Everyone would just come over and go.
No one does. No one wants to catch it. No one wants to catch no one wants to catch the stink of having a bad gig. Yeah. So you bowl in there like a teacher who spent too long in the changing rooms. You're like that. You're like, yeah. Like, no one will look you in the eye. It's contagious. Oh, we don't want to be near him. It's horrible, man. It's a horrible feeling.
It's never going to work though, was it?
No.
Download fest.
No. I went back there years later, shifted an absolute abundance of t-shirts. I made my money back then.
All the boys bought them.
Right, I've got one of my favourite clubs out. I love this Cobra. Oh,
Never liked that club, did you?
never liked that club. It's still going though.
It's running,
Running.
mate. That's what we called in the game a bad good one. A good bad one.
Yeah.
Running. Right, I've tried to play sensible like Andy Chellen told me, and I've absolutely dollied one up the middle. So I've still got 165.
Come on.
Positive mental attitude though. Oh, you absolute wazzock.
Oh, Tom, you're in the driving seat. It's another good shot, that. Yes, Tom.
Get up.
Go on.
bounce.
Rolling.
Go on.
Rolling.
It's another good shot.
What's going on?
Come on.
So, Tom, we've spoken about your stand-up,
Yeah.
which I'm so glad you're back doing. But you've written some absolute worldies of show. Murder and Successful, King Gary, to name a few. The Curse,
Yeah.
which if you haven't watched, please go and watch. You can
All
watch
four.
all, or you can
All
watch them
four.
all now.
All 4 now, yeah, they're all on there.
Mate, absolutely top class. Which one's been your favourite and why?
It's hard, man, because all for different reasons. Like Murder and Successful, I don't think I'd be doing this now for a job if it wasn't for Murder and Successful.
Yeah.
I got to a point when I wouldn't be acting anyway, and I think there was no real parts for me as a lead actor. There was nothing where I could go. Like I just was constantly being cast as a best mate or the sort of doorman in things.
Yeah.
And
Did that annoy you?
yeah, man, of course, because you sort of think. Like I'd done a thing called the Morgana Show where I played a load of different characters, and I was really conscious of. I wanted to be taken as Paul Whitehouse was a massive inspiration for me, so I wanted to be a character comedian.
Yeah.
So when we came up with Murder and Successful, it felt like something a bit different and something that could really, there's nothing like it. There'd never been a show like that to sort of completely,
it was absolutely genius.
to sort of break, to do the improv sort of side of it, the scripted side of it, with the amazing people that we had on it. It felt like whenever I think of that, it was life changing. For me and my wife, we were living back at my mum and dad's. We were living in their spare room. We had no money. We were bumping the train that trained me and James for the first series. We were it was really like sort of, do I go back to scaffolding? Do I go back to building sites? And so that for that reason, and then King Gary was I look at that and think, Christ, like to make a BBC One mainstream show that goes out on a Friday night, from where I started, was just everything really. Like that. I grew up watching Fools and Horses and sort of Blackadder and these massive BBC comedies. So to take that sort of mantle and make something, and also something about working class people from where I was from, that was really important. But the Curse is something a bit different, man. That was we were talking about that for so long, and the guys from People Just Do Nothing, I can't speak highly enough. They're just so talented, and I love that show. But for me and James, that was a real, and for me, I sort of, Gary was an incredible thing to do, King Gary, but then I always want to push myself as an actor and a performer. So when I was every day, like with Mick doing that as a character, I thought I need to get out and give something completely different from what anyone else has ever seen before from me, and I think that's the thing that I've learned in life is, without trying to sound like standing here in the wind looking out into the water, but there's one thing I've learned in life, it's push your limitations, guys. No, but it is, get out there and do something different and push it. It's really like every day that I sort of come out and do what I do for a living, I feel like it's another day where I was never given this as a chance. It was not saying that like teachers were over, you should get into comedy or acting or writing. I didn't even take English like as a GCSE. I didn't take any GCSE, so I've not just thought now that I earn a living as a writer is insane. And I think hopefully it's one of those things that I think hopefully people can take the fact that there's not limitations on what you do at school. It's not like a thing where you just turn around and go, because I think I look at so much is judged upon these GCSEs and A-levels, but you're at a time in your life where nothing's settled.
No.
And how can you make an evaluation of a young person's life that's all based around the fact that all that's going on in your head is like, if I see this, I'll get a boner. Do you know what I mean? It's like your whole world is just like, so the amount of successful people you chat to who didn't do well at school. And I think it's one of those things for me. It's just, being answer to your question, the curse, I think, man. It's like something I just, I'm proud of all of them.
Not enough juice. Not enough juice.
Oh, that's nice.
Is it going to run? Oh, that's lovely, big un. Big un. Shots.
Chance.
That's a lovely shots.
That's a good
hang
shot.
on.
Come down
Hang
that
on.
slope. Come down that slope.
Oh,
good
Mr.
effort.
Tommy D.
What do you want for tea, son? Chips.
Bro, is that ball my boy?
Yeah, if you can move that,
Move it,
please, big un. This is a tough old putt, this. It's got to go. I don't know whether to go down the slope or just. Yeah, I'm going to go down the slope. Oh, it stopped.
Oh, that's a hard. This is, I reckon, the hardest green so far.
Yeah.
That's a sticky old green, bro.
Oh,
Undulating, isn't it? Get up, stay up.
Oh, unlucky. Played that hole well. So that's it. You're in for a
Tuck
net
it in.
6. It's a big un.
This is for a half, is it?
No, this is for a 5, right?
Yeah, but he's got a shot, hasn't he?
Yeah, but that was 7.
Oh, 7 was it? Sorry.
Yeah. Oh,
That is a lot of movement on that.
and that's not a gimme either.
That is a lot
That's
of
not a
movement.
gimme, old babe.
No,
Right.
not the way I.
What are you there for, T?
So this is for a 6.
Which should be a half, yeah?
Yep. Oh, Jesus.
It's that little dink there.
Yeah, it's
That's
just,
good for me.
that's good for you. Right, big un to go in or...
Oh! Now we have a game! Going on to the last! Oh! My guy!
I don't even know what the score is, but we'll work it out. Yeah, I'll work it out with next hole.
Scores are in. 7, 7, 7 on the last hole. We're all square. Obviously I won that big beast. Now, in the last hole, everything's to play for. 3 men, 1 destiny. Golf life, baby.
Oh, it's gone left. It's a,
left,
it's a
where's
good strike again.
Oh, see it.
Nice bounce.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, where's this gone up?
It's up on the other tee, but
That's
I love
all right,
it.
that.
Lovely lie.
That's
You
what
know the
that's
course
exactly
inside
what I
out,
was
yeah.
after.
Oh, my God almighty.
It's going though. It's running.
Mate, if I'm honest with you,
It's going to be all right for the
you're
par
going to be
5.
fine here. Still
That
take-
sounded rank. Oh, wow. Now that shot deserves to win any
I'm not even
competition.
looking.
Stay on that line.
That's a shot.
Yes.
That is a shot. Oh, wow.
Come on.
Oh, wowzers. You mentioned earlier on in the last hole, Tom, you said, like, everyone wanted to, like, put me in as a bouncer or, you know, or the big bloke and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously you are a massive geezer, but with a heart of gold. Do you think being tall has hindered or helped you?
I think it's
in
pretty.
life and work?
I think it's helped. Like you stand out, right, when you're on stage, and I think it's how you sort of transfer that. You know what sort of person you come across as, and who you are. Of, you know, it's. I think when I was sort of younger, it was always like sort of you had a bit of a target on your back. You know, growing up, you sort of always had that worry that people are going to pick on you, and you sort of, you know, football. I remember getting picked on, and you know,
Really?
yeah, man. We've been. I remember. I've told this story before, but I remember going away to France '98, and we were like a big group of us were away, and I'd had like it was the first time I had a really bloody beat like hamburger type thing,
Right.
and got a little bit of a dicky tummy,
Yeah.
and we were all out, and we were all out knocking about down in Marseille, and it all kicked off, and I had like I was a full kit. I was just like out, so it was white shorts, white thing. It all kicks off, right? And I see someone pointing at me, and I'm like, no, like, hands are up. This guy hit me, so I hit the deck, but as I've hit the deck, like just completely voided my bowels. Like, so
With white shorts?
White shorts, white England top. Like, I'm literally just lying on the floor with this guy just weighing me out, and I've shat myself. And then all of a sudden he's clocked what's happened, and he just got up. He looks, the pity in his eyes as he looked at me, and sort of like, you know, I sort of had to get up. I'd have taken sort of the indignifying thing of just having all this blaze of people fighting and me just walking sort of off, just like so for the in-betweeners, just like that, sort of pulling my pants out of my bum, having to walk back to the hotel. Did you have a good time? Yeah, no, it was great. Big black guy.
Yeah. Can't see out my right eye, I've shat myself. Apart from that, it's
pooing me out. Ponytail, just sort of poo at the end of it.
Please just stop the beating.
It was, yeah. That's
one way of doing it.
If you ever want to get out, get in.
Yeah, if you ever get in a hiding,
that fella somewhere. What's your funniest ever football? One time I was beating up this guy and he shed it. It was literally, it was, yeah, but you know, it's a weird thing, isn't it? It's sort of, I think it helps with, as well with the comedy, the self sort of, this sort of people expect that sort of like sport for you to be good at sport, or for you, you know, like if you'd be out and like watching rugby, people should say, oh, you know, you should be out there playing. Yeah, and you think, no, I can't catch, I can't run, I can't throw. Just me, pal. You don't want me out there. But yeah, people, I think it's helped comedy. It's sort of I've always been able to laugh at myself, and also that. I think whenever that sort of aggressive, like I was always able to make a joke about it, and sort of I think that's sort of given me that sort of skill of sort of making it like sometimes a tense situation. That helps with stand-up, I think. Like, you know, sometimes if it gets a little bit aggy, or you know, in life, you know, hopefully you sort of
laugh at yourself.
Yeah. You'd have a bit of a laugh, man, and yeah, it's yeah. I just flashbacks of walking through streets of the pebble streets of Marshall. Just like that. Yeah. Oh, we get a result tonight.
Did you keep the kit?
Well, mate, it was the day that Michael Owen scored that goal.
It's the away kit now, the brown one.
I've not played here before. I will be coming back. It's brilliant, but this hole looks like there's a little river running through. And I don't know if you legends at home have tried this, but we were down Fox Hills the other day and Big Ange was saying, I was like pitching wedge, trying to just lay it up. And I kept mucking up, and Ange said, go soft 7, hit it along the floor. So I'm going to do that. Oh, God.
That's what happens when you listen to me. Shot. Sit down.
Don't run. Don't run.
Sit down.
Where's that gone? Has that gone in the drink?
Stop just before.
Left myself about 1-4-5 in, and I just need to go for it because Ange just hit an unbelievable shot. And that is me out of the competition, but probably one of the best videos we've ever done. And if you have enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free, and please touch that notification button so you know when the new video is coming up. It massively helps us out. So that's my little plea for today. Thank you. Goodbye.
I'm not getting fancy here. That's too close to the water. I'm just going to try and hit the green. Anywhere.
Oh,
wind's taking it a bit.
it's on though.
Yeah, left edge.
It's
I'm
on.
happy with that. I'm happy with that.
I might run.
Oh my God.
Stay.
Stay.
Oh,
it's hit the bearing. Come back in again.
Oh,
stay there. Stay. Oh, it stayed up.
Stayed up.
That is good. That's going to be an interesting shot.
Good luck with this. Come on.
It's out.
It's out.
Stop. Oh, it's soft bounce. Stay there.
It's dancing.
Yeah.
You're on.
Back edge.
Back edge.
Sometimes you rock, sometimes you roll, sometimes you chip. Like you got a chip shop.
Caddy for the day. Any walk of life, dead or alive, who are you choosing to carry your bag?
You know what? It would be between the Redknaps. I've got to say, like, one of the best days I've ever had. I played with Harry and Jamie at Queenwood, and we played like a 4-ball. And I was paired up with Harry. Harry's like everything. He's one of my biggest heroes. Love the man. But don't ever be on the same side as him, right? So he, I started off okay. Tee shots, a couple of nice ones, and then I parred like a par 3 there. And he was like, yes, that's why you do it there. I feel like, genuinely, I feel like a dog with 2 dicks. I'm like, I'm absolutely like, oh mate, I've smashed this. Like, yeah, heavy redknapp. Like, I sort of get rid of the next one and duff it. It literally goes from there to the bunker. And then he's like, well, get the 8 iron out and smash this. I get the 8 iron out and it just goes like that, and like that, and like that. And then he's just going, oh, Tom. And then for the rest of the round, I'm going, oh, yeah. And he went, well, I'm going, after about 12 holes, I'm going to go, I'm going to leave this game. Yeah, well, we had somewhere to go and it was taking a while, the people in front. Anyway, he's leaving, and then there's this amazing hole at Greenwood where the road goes through, sort of past the tee, and he drives up to the tee, but stands right, I'm about to tee off, he parks right in front of it and goes, I'll be safe here with Tom's driving today, right in front of me, and I'm like, oh, nice one, H. And he went, no, no, you'll be fine, right? So he takes off driving, and I've got a video of this. He drives off round to the right, the road I tee off, bam, and the ball just goes like that. And Jamie's filming it, he's going, watching the trajectory of my ball, but his car, and then you just see like literally the ball just clipping over his Range Rover. And like, if genuinely you'd hit a ball, like to take out Harry Redknapp's car, like you couldn't have hit it. Yeah, you couldn't have hit it any better.
I'll stay here, I'm safe here.
My guy!
Jamie, if I sit here, I'll be safe.
No problem. Alright, I'll see you Monday. Love you, baby.
Thanks, lads, have a great afternoon. Jamie, thank you.
Top man, see you, Dad.
Tom, hang on, Tom!
Now you're in a danger zone, eh?
Quality.
Oh, you.
He was
I'll tell you what, all joking aside.
Hey, there you go. Nearly hit him.
He literally came round and hit his rover. But yeah, caddy wise, yeah, you know what, Jamie, I think, because actually, you know what, the thing with Jamie, when I first started this game, I have a great relationship with Jay. I love him. He's one of my favourite people in the world. But actually, you know, one thing, he was so supportive of, like, you know, taking this up. I wouldn't be playing golf if it wasn't for Jamie. And actually, you know, when we were going round, he was really like, you know, oh, I'm terrified of like using my hybrid. And he's like, no, pull it out and have a go. And yeah, so it's sort of, yeah, like I say, I owe Jamie really for starting this game up. And so if I could have anyone walking around while I hit loads of duffers, it'd be that man, yeah. That's so hard.
Slow.
Nuts!
Oh, mate.
Oh, stayed on.
Oh. Stayed up, it stayed dry.
I mean,
you know what? It's so hard on these today.
You had to attack it though, because he's putting for birdie here, so I respect that. You had to go for it.
So if he...
Yeah, I think if he gets close to this and gets a par, it's Romeo done.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Oh, and there we have it.
Good game. Good
Cheers,
game.
Mate. Thank you so
legend. Legend. Oh, mate, I've loved it, honestly.
The 4-hole challenge,
Mate,
Mr. Tom Davis.
My guys.
Thank you so much.
Oh, we're all in.
My guys. What a
Mate,
joy.
thank you so much.
What a joy. Oh, no, thank you for having me.
And thank you so much to Rutland Water Golf Club.
Track.
Look at it, beautiful.
We're going to come back when the holo time's sorted, because this is a massive course. Thanks so much for having us.
Love Tom Davis, love you guys, golf life.